denied that Israel dragged US into conflict. So that's a statement coming in from the Prime Minister there. And this after US President Donald Trump said that his country had nothing to do with the Israeli strikes on Iran's South Pars gas field, and that he had instructed Israel's Prime Minister to cease the attack on Iranian infra. After that, now he has denied that Israel dragged US into conflict. Listen in.
And I want to close these opening remarks with one other fake news, and that is that Israel somehow dragged the U.S. into a conflict with Iran. Does anyone really think that someone can tell President Trump what to do? Come on. President Trump always makes his decisions on what he thinks is good for America, and may I add, I think what is also good for future generations. Together in close coordination with President Trump, close coordination between America and Israel, our militaries, our intelligence services, we're achieving goals in lightning speed. But I want to say another word. It's been said that for 40 years, I've been saying that Iran is a danger to Israel and a danger to the world. That is true. You know who else said that? President Trump. Right before his second term, before he was reelected, I went to see him in Mar-a-Lago. The first thing he said to me was, Bibi, we've got to make sure that Iran doesn't have nuclear weapons. He said that to me. I didn't say it to him. He didn't need any convincing there either.
Well, those are the comments after, in fact, that press briefing by Israeli Prime Minister. And, in fact, there were allegations that US was dragged into this conflict by Israel, and now clarifying that he has denied all the claims, and also going on to say that Iran is dangerous to the world, and that is a stance that both Israel and the United States hold. And in that backdrop, now he has denied that Israel has dragged US into this conflict. All right, for more on this, let me go across to my colleague Rishabh, who's been tracking all the details. Rishabh, just a while back, Israeli Prime Minister addressed a press briefing. Take us through the key highlights.
Well, if you see, Akansha, only yesterday we saw a tweet that came in from Donald Trump, which in a way threw Israel under the bus for attacking South Pars and how things escalated from there on. But now Netanyahu has come up with his version and has in a way negated everything that Donald Trump said, and whatever is being reported or said by the experts in the United States. It started with that it was Netanyahu who convinced Donald Trump to act against Iran, and then it all began that how things from there on moved on. But now Netanyahu says that it wasn't him. America actually acted in their own interest, and it wasn't Israel who need convincing U.S. So in a way now, it's very clear. 20 days into this war, it's very clear. 20 days into this war, there is a clear cracks being seen in the planning and coordination of Tel Aviv and Washington.
Absolutely, and that's a bigger question. Has U.S. President Donald Trump been left isolated? Stay on with us. We have another breaking update coming in. Another comment that is coming from the Israeli Prime Minister. He said that his country acted alone in striking Iran's key gas infra and denied dragging U.S. into this war. And this comes as my colleague also mentioned that U.S. President Donald Trump said that the country had nothing to do with Israel's attack on Iran's South Pars gas field, and that he had instructed the Israeli Prime Minister to cease the attack on Iran's energy infra. And in that backdrop, now clarification that is coming from the Israeli Prime Minister. He has also clarified that his country acted alone in striking Iran's key gas infra. Listen in.
Well, I'll say two things. Fact number one, Israel acted alone against the Slawiya gas compound. Fact number two, President Trump asked us to hold off on future attacks, and we're holding out.
Well, Rishabh, this comes in the backdrop of that statement that was made by Donald Trump. He threw Israel under the bus by saying that he had nothing to do with the attack on the key gas infra as far as Iran is concerned. And now clarification that is coming from Israel. Take us through the details.
Well, see, yesterday what we were given to understand that there was attack on South Pass. South Pass is a main gas refinery for Iran. And since then, we have seen Iran going after a number of oil and gas refineries in the region. We saw attack on Kuwait City's gas refinery. We saw attack on energy facility that is co-owned by Aramco and ExxonMobil in Saudi Arabia. There are reports that Iran is planning to hit oil refineries in Abu Dhabi, Qatar, and other further more, these oil refineries in the region. And then came the statement from Donald Trump that Israel acted in frustration for what's happening in Middle East, and innocent cutter than no, and a lot of things in that whole long paragraph your social media post on Truth. In a way, it was clear that US has taken a step back from that very attack. Now, Netanyahu has come up with a clarification that it was Israel that attacked South Pass and has taken the responsibility. But one thing is very clear. Israel and US went into this war together. They both said that they are fighting together, shoulder to shoulder, and they will fight against Iran. 20 days into the war, there is a visible crack that we are seeing. And the tunes of Donald Trump and Netanyahu are changed, from regime change to now coming down to ensuring that objectives are achieved. What are these objectives? Not clear now, because the regime change looks a far-sighted or far-fetched objective that one can change, because as of now the intel also within the United States suggests that the regime is intact, or rather more strong than it was before. So it remains to be seen how things unfold. For now, the statements that are coming in from Washington and Jerusalem clearly showcases that both US and Israel are looking for an off-ramp, but they aren't getting one.
All right, so it appears that there is a clear lack of coordination as far as attack on Iran is concerned. Stay on with us. We have another statement coming in, and this time from Donald Trump. A day after Israel attacked the world's largest natural gas reserve, Pars gas field, Donald Trump has said that he told Netanyahu not to attack the energy infra of Iran, and now Bibi has agreed. Listen in to this claim.
Thank you, Mr. President. Have you talked to Prime Minister Netanyahu about attacking the oil and gas fields?
Yeah, I did. I told him don't do that, and he won't do that. We didn't discuss. We do. We're independent. We get along great. It's coordinated, but on occasion he'll do something, and if I don't like it, and so we're not doing that anymore.
So, Rishabh, now Trump is saying that he has told Israeli Prime Minister not to attack the key energy infra of Iran. And he has also agreed to the same. So is this a sort of de-escalation as far as the war is concerned?
Well, it could be a de-escalation, or for that matter, it could be a strategic move not to hit the energy infrastructure in the region. Because if you hit Iran's energy infrastructure, they'll go against Saudi, Kuwait, Qatar, UAE, Bahrain, Oman, name the GCC country, and they'll go after them. And that would further create a problem. The energy crisis is such right now in 20 days. This 20 days of war, that yesterday we heard from Besant that they could unsanction, remember the word unsanction, the Iranian oil which are on waters, which is about 140 million barrels. So this energy crisis right now has hit United States so much, and especially the pressure that is being exerted by their own allies, the NATO allies from Europe and other parts of the world. It has hit so much that they are okay to now unsanction the purchase of Iranian oil. They have already unsanctioned Russian oil, and now they are going to unsanction the Iranian oil as well, 140 million barrels of them. So this showcases the energy crisis, and in this, if attack starts happening on the energy reserves or energy refineries, then the problem will further escalate. Only yesterday, in retaliation of attack on South Pass, what Iran has done, as per Qatar Energy CEO, about 17% of the largest LNG refinery has been damaged, and it will take from 3 to 5 years to get them back to normal, which means it will create further more problems for the energy supply chain, and that in no way US would like to have. And that's the reason that we are seeing these statements coming in, that we will not attack this, we will not attack that. More than de-escalation, it is an understanding that US wants to maintain that energy infrastructure will not be changed.
All right, so it appears that better sense has also prevailed. Stay on with us. We have another breaking update coming in. As far as Israel is concerned, we're learning that there's power outage across multiple areas of Haifa following a direct Iranian missile strike on the refinery.